Welcome back to Fairy Tail Anime Review, episode number 47. This is where I'm reviewing the 315th episode of the anime, Dragon or Demon. There are two big things going on this episode. One is basically the conclusion of the fight between Urza, where we have Urza when they take on the beautiful Irene. And the other thing is basically the conclusion of the plot thread of Natsu's Mindscape thing. Let's talk about that first, because the other part takes up a good majority of this episode. Yep, Natsu's in his Mindscape, and, well, he talks to his adopted father, Igneo, and, well, he explains pretty much everything that, well, the demon and dragon things merged together, and basically also chooses, is he a demon or a dragon? Of course, before he asks this question to him, he also smacks him because, well, basically, tells him he needs to beat Agaloya and kick Zero's butt. Of course, he smacks him. He's like, "What's the fish talking?" Yeah, he says, basically explains that demon magic basically used to revive him, and he was raised by a dragon. So, is he demon or dragon? And not just neither. I'm human. And he goes like, "That's the correct answer." But he still has his demon slayer magic. So, he wakes up. Of course, he's in his underwear, so he's not completely naked. And he knows, is like, "Yeah, I'm back." And he knows that Lucy's naked and she's blushing. Yeah, it's been implied ever since the series started that Lucy's in love with Natsu. One of two women in love with him, surprisingly. The other, of course, is Asana. And it's implied, it's been implied that not only Lucy has feelings for Natsu, but Natsu's in love with Lucy. Yeah, it's been implied since the start of the series. Yeah, the fact these two are thinking each other. And of course she's still blushing, so of course she thanks, well, Happy and Lucy for basically warming him up. And of course, Grandina comes in, basically explains kind of what's going on. And, well, she basically mentions the whole thing about Zera being Natsu's brother. He's like, "You told him that?" Like, I had to. And of course the stuff with her, which I'll talk about that right now. Basically, the episode opens up with her basically still in the air, takes her sword, and she basically smashes the big meteorite that Irina brought from freaking space. Smashes it to many pieces. Does some damage to the battlefield, so I don't think it kills anybody. Not really, no. And then, of course, well, she comes back to the ground. It's like, okay, come back down. Basically, he's like, "Okay, you smashed me up, but you can't slice these scales." So Wendy's like, "Screw that. I'm enchanting it with Demon Slayer magic." So Urza takes the Demon Slayer enchants magic sword and slices right through Irene's dragon scales. And she turns back to human. Yep, turns back to a human. Yeah, in the manga they didn't show that, just shows like, oh, she's human now. The episode actually do show her, and, well, she actually explains. Of course, then she just picks up Urza's sword. Of course, she sort of stabs her in the shoulder, and then she's smiling. She's like, "So why are you smiling?" I still gotta find. Of course, there's a flashback of when Urza was born. Man, she was such an adorable little baby. Yeah, and she mentioned that, well, she was going to transfer her personality into her, because she mentions prior to this that she basically was going to do it, and she actually did do it, but the process failed. Turns out it was actually a lie. She did not actually do the spell at all. And, well, she decided to simply not exactly throw her away like garbage, like she explained. Yeah, that was a lie too. She dropped her off at an orphanage because she didn't want. This way I think, yes, she did love her daughter. She didn't want to deal with that, especially she didn't want her basically being in danger, so she dropped her at the orphanage for a change her mind. Yep. Then, of course, she picks up Urza's sword, and what does she do? Stab herself in the freaking, almost near the, in the gut, almost connecting Shinpaku in a way. Then she just takes the sword out, tosses it aside, and then, of course, Urza, for the first and only time that she's known her, calls her mother. Of course, she thinks she just before she dies. It would have been nice if Urza would have crawled over there and basically just kind of had her die in her arms, but she didn't know the woman. She barely knew her, and then she's like saying, "Oh," like she's like, "Who are you?" It's like, "How dare you say that to your mother?" He's like, "Mother?" Yep. And of course, well, Wendy basically crawls over to Urza, and basically she's okay. It's like okay, like she's like, "Yeah, I should be okay physically, up emotionally. Yeah, I think I'll be okay." And then the shocking thing that ends the episode. Universe 1, which has been the spell that was activated, like, I think it's been like barely 10 episodes that Universe 1's been activated. Let me take a look here. I don't think it's been that long since it was activated. No, I don't think it was. Let's see. I mean, this went on for quite a while, the whole thing of everybody being sort of displaced in a way. Yep. I'm trying to think here, like, how long was this spell active for? Let's see. She used it. I mean, it first came out in chapter 489. Yeah, that was pretty much when the thing was first started. Yeah, that's when it first showed up, was in 489. Before 90, let's see. I'm gonna try to figure exactly like how far back basically this magic was enchanted. I think it's been like a good 10 episodes. Let's see. Let's go 305. I think that's when the magic was basically first done. Like this has been going on for quite a while. This spell was activated. I'm trying to see exactly like how far when was the spell first enchanted. Yeah, okay. It looks like it started with episode 305. Yeah, 303. So this went on for 13 episodes. Yeah, Universe 1 basically is fucking on, and everybody basically reacts to it. You see Angel, Yanako, basically various members of Fairy Tail, the King of Aguiloga, who's holding the mouse of basically his daughter, and well, there's a bright red light, and then everything goes back to the way it was before. And where do Lucy, Natsu, and Happy end up? In Lucy's apartment. And and of course, going Natsu like, all we have to do is run down the fairy tale, and that's the episode. It's basically a very happy note, which that's good. I like the fact when you have episodes of fairy tale and they're happy, despite the fact we're still in a freaking war. And of course, next week's episode we're gonna have the awesome August take on Gildarts. Yeah, that battle's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna be next week. Let me check and see about that. Cause yeah, there's gonna be two battles going next week. Let's see. Yeah, they're gonna start the battle of basically Gildarts versus August, which that's gonna be interesting. The strongest wizard of August, the strongest wizard of the Alvis Empire versus the strongest member of Fairy Tail. This is gonna be an awesome fight. Yeah, so that's particularly it for this particular review. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. Yes. Though my next anime stuff won't be happening until tomorrow, which at this rate I probably won't get a chance to review the rest of season 1 for Blue Exorcist. Probably won't happen until tomorrow. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, along with the review of, let's see, newest chapter of Seven Deadly Sins, and probably the seventh Case Closed film tomorrow. It's possible, yes. But my next video, my last one for today, will be a comic corner from Two Trades and Zenoscope. Okay? See you next video. Bye.